everyone, and welcome back to another Supernatural review. And this is season 3, episode 4, Sin City. If you have a time watching, or if you're just new here, I'm doing like Supernatural recap and reviews, so let's get into it. So I actually don't know if I've ever rewatched this episode. I feel like it's one of those episodes that kind of get lost and there's nothing special about it, so I've never rewatched it. And yeah, I definitely don't think I've ever rewatched it. Maybe once, but I really don't even think once. Season 3 is a really great season, but sometimes there's a few episodes here and there that aren't that great. And I kind of mentioned how like the first episode of season 3 was like one of those episodes, and like I feel like, but that's a little bit more memorable and better than this episode. Honestly, I didn't really remember much about this episode at all, but I guess it is kind of interesting with like Dean getting stuck with a demon, I guess. Like, I wonder who came up with this idea. And because of like the gates of hell being open, I feel like they're trying to have these episodes about demons. Like they had the first episode of season 3 about demons, then the next 2 episodes didn't have to deal with demons, but then this one is demons again. And it makes me like they're just trying to make demons happen, I guess, which is so crazy because prior to this, like we only had like 1 or 2 episodes with demons. So it's now demons are such a much bigger deal. They're replacing the ghosts. But you know, something I always felt like with the ghosts, like yeah, there's a lot of episodes with ghosts, but there's always like the ghosts were different in some way. Like there's some backstory to it that makes them different and everything. And you just don't get that same effect with demons. It doesn't feel like unique or inspiring, or in some kind of ways it doesn't hit the same way. So I wonder maybe they realize that, and so then going forward they don't have that many episodes of demons. I don't know, but like it feels like season 3 is so heavily demoned, I guess. And like Ruby comes back again and she like gives the gun to Bobby, and then Sam like kills those demons, and it's this whole thing too where Dean's like, what if the Sam that came back is not like the real Sam? Which is something they're just like trying to add something else. It's like the season already has a lot, and I feel like they keep adding things and they don't need to. Supernatural, in the end of the day, is an episodic show. It is an episodic show with this overarching serialized thing, and that's Dean dying. That's Dean's demon deal. And I guess it's because of demons and demon deals, they've had more episodes than 2 in the past than demons, but anyway, but they have that overarching as a season, and they also have this like gates of hell thing. But then now they have like this Ruby thing and the gun, and then it's like, is this really the Sam? And I feel like it's a little bit too much, and that's why I don't know, like I'm not gonna say like this is like one of the worst episodes of Supernatural, but like if you were going to like have a list of like top 20 worst episodes of Supernatural, like I wouldn't be surprised if this episode was on the list. Like I would see this episode to be on that list. Like it's something where it's like, if you're analyzing this episode, you're like, it's not necessarily like bad, but it's like compared to, there's just so many great episodes of Supernatural that you can't just like have okay episodes like this. Like you can. And again, like I still feel like it's a little bit worse than okay. Like it just, there's nothing extra or exciting about it, and it's just like, it's like the whole kind of aspect of everything with it being like Sin City too just doesn't feel right. I don't know, like there is that episode in season 3 that when we get there where they deal with the police and all those demons, like that's a really great episode. But I think just like, I don't know, like I think the idea of being like stuck with a demon and then like having a real conversation with a demon, kind of like what Demon is doing, you know, there is an idea there. It is an idea. I just feel like it wasn't executed right, just like I said that about the first episode in season 3, just like the execution wasn't there. But I do feel like that idea with like the 7 deadly sins is better than this idea. Like I feel like just because an idea is good, that doesn't necessarily mean it should be made. But I don't know, maybe they were like struggling with, like maybe at the beginning of season 3 they were struggling a little bit with ideas, and so they went with this idea. But again, like I don't know, and I don't want to say it's like the individual, because people don't know, there's like a writer's room, but then there's like people who individually write the episodes, but then the writers, like other writers help, and so it's nothing against like this writer who like wrote this episode, just like in the end, like the writing isn't necessarily bad, it's just like the concepts of it all. But yeah, Ruby's been in a lot of episodes this season, Bobby too. Like Bobby's like a real game player, but you kind of like forget like you know, his prevalence, because it's kind of like when we get to Castiel, Castiel is really like the third main character. It doesn't feel like Bobby is. And, you know, everything that happens to Bobby, it's like most, you know, the rest of the series. So it's kind of like, but it's kind of crazy when you're like looking at season 3, you're like, wow, Bobby's in so many episodes. But we're gonna end that review here. I mean, I don't have much to say except, you know, this episode's kind of like a letdown, and there's nothing too great about it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.